Hey friends, it's Tracy. Welcome to today's video. I'm so glad that you're here, guys. I have some brand new crafts and creations DIYs to share with you for summer 2025. Now, today's a special day because I am participating with some fellow YouTubers again in the Mystery Box Challenge. I participated several times throughout the year, and so it is hosted by Courtney of Creative on the Cheap, and then every other month when she does the Mystery Box Challenge, she has a co-host, and this month we are graced with the sweet Whitney of Whiskey and Whit. And so what it is, if you don't know about the mystery box, Courtney gets us YouTubers together and she sends us a list of what the criteria is. Each month is a little bit different. There's a theme. She also tells us who we're going to be sending the box to, who is going to be sending us our box. And also we have some different stipulations. There's some challenge items and there's some twist to it and all that kind of thing. So this month, our theme is Hello Summer or Sunshine. Hello Sunshine. And I had the most appropriate shirt that I could wear to commemorate the Mystery Box Challenge for this week because it is summer. And so we are welcoming in that sunshine. I'm in the great state of Texas, so it is pretty hot here already. So this month, the co-host is Whitney, and so what she has asked us to do is she sent us a list that we needed to find some items. We needed to find the items. We need to box them up. We need to send them to the person that we are assigned. And then we got a box as well. So this month, my box went to Christina Elizabeth. So I had so much fun shopping for her. I had my little 10-year-old grandson. Well, he's 11 now because he turned 11 on June 11th. But he went with me that day and we found some fun things. He helped me find some of the things in your box, Christina. And so I sent Christina Elizabeth my box, and then my box came from Whitney of Whiskey and Whit. And so it's always a pleasure to see what Whitney has prepared for me. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my box, show you what's in it, and then I need to put my thinking cap on and get some of these summer DIYs prepared for y'all. So let's go ahead and open this box and see what Whitney shared with me. Okay, friends, here is my box from Whitney, but I want to give a special shout out because she decorated it up so cute. And how fun was it to get it in my mailbox with all these cute little stickers and all the little inspirational sayings. So thank you, Whitney, for decorating it up and making it very special. So she had a special note for me and it said, Tracy, I am sorry about all the bags in there, but she did not want the stuff to break. And so I'm going to show you the bags here in a minute, but thank you, Whitney, because I have bags for my trash can for my craft room. So thank you very much for that. All right. So the special little note just says, Tracy, I always get excited when I see your name on the Mystery Box Challenge lineup. I'm so excited to watch your video and see what you'll make. Happy crafting, sweet friend. Love, Whitney. All right, guys. So let me go ahead and show you what is in my box and we'll unbox it together. First item on our list is sun/SPF. So she sent me this table runner with the beautiful bright sunshines on it. So I'm excited to do a DIY craft with this table runner. Item 2 is citrus. So she sent me some fat quarters that have these yummy citrus lemons on them. Item 3 is ice cream, and she sent me this fun cup that is plastic. It has an ice cream cone, or it's in the ice cream cone shape. Also has a fun straw, so my wheel's already turning for this item to use for a DIY. Item 4 is vacation. So she sent me this fun wooden beach house. So I'm going to have fun painting this up and doing a DIY with that. Item 5 on the list is barbecue/campfire, and she sent me this set of plaid plates. Love the blue and absolutely love the plaid. The 6th item is popsicle. So she sent me this big pack of popsicle sticks or wooden craft sticks. I currently do not have this size, so I'm excited to be doing a craft with these craft sticks. Item 7 is a baseball. So this is the baseball themed item she sent me. And this is item number 8, which is beach theme. Now, this was a little treasure in itself. It was packaged very well, and it is a seashell. So how fun is this and perfect for a beach DIY? Each mystery box, we have a couple of challenge items, and this is one of them, which is item 9, which is sunglasses. So I was excited to see what kind of sunglasses Whitney sent me, and these are so fun and can't wait to do a DIY with these. The next challenge item is an outdoor toy or game. So I was uh, cautiously opening this to see what Whitney sent me for the outdoor toy or game, which she came through like a champ, like she always does. And these are fun, squishy balls that I'm going to have fun creating with. Now, the twist for this mystery box challenge was no box items from Dollar Tree. And so I did not see anything wrong with that. And my grandson and I had fun picking out items for my box for Christina Elizabeth. And I can't wait to see how she rocks the box. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into my crafts and DIYs for this mystery box challenge for June 2025. For project number 1, I'm making a sun pocket using the table runner, and also I'm going to be adhering that to an Amazon envelope. I love flipping these Amazon envelopes into cute decor. So I cut it in half, and to cover up that black writing, I'm just using some chalk paint in the color drop cloth. I thought it coordinated well with the table runner, so I just painted it back and front. So then I cut down the table runner to the size that I wanted, and then for the extra part, I just pulled out some coordinating yellow fabric and then adhered that to the top of the envelope, because I'm going to be adding some cute rickrack and making this all whimsical and cute. So I just adhered everything with either glue or with Mod Podge. I let my pocket dry completely. I actually let it dry overnight. And then the next day, I am putting on the rickrack. Now, this large rickrack, who knows where I got it from? Maybe Walmart. And I am just cutting it down to size. If you saw me, I just burned the edges of it, because this rickrack is grosgrain and it does kind of like fray on the edges. So there's a tip for you if you didn't know. If you don't want your ribbon to fray, go ahead and singe the edges just with the lighter. Now I'm just taking the end of a paintbrush and adding some polka dots just with my paintbrush, going in every time and adding a dot to make them consistent. Then I take the end of a stylus and do the same thing, because I wanted the different sizes of the polka dots for this sun pocket decor. And then I just added, just some sweet little summery sunflowers and different greenery in the pocket. I also added a jute rope hanger that I like to use for these sweet pockets. I also took those pink glasses from my mystery box and I just stuck them there in the side. And I think that it really just ties this summery sunshine pocket all together. For my next project, I am making some lemon popsicles. I'm also using this lemon citrus fabric and also some cardboard to cut out my popsicles. I just drew out a pattern just with some paper, and I'm making a total of 5 popsicles in this little segment, because that's the amount of cardboard that I had, and I made 3 larger popsicles with the fabric just by cutting that out, and then 2 of the smaller ones. I'm also using cardboard for all of them just as the base. This is just an idea of just things that I had on hand, but one could cut it out of wood or use other materials that you see fit. So to adhere the lemon fabric, I'm just doing the Mod Podge method. So I just put a layer of Mod Podge on there, let that dry, and then I take my brush and just go over it so that it all adheres down. Now for the two just yellow popsicles, I'm using giant craft sticks. Get these from Walmart. And so that kind of goes in with the popsicle sticks that I'm using here in this video segment. I gave them all a coat of golden yellow acrylic paint. I'm going to cut those down, and then I'm just going to be gluing those wood sticks to the top of the little popsicles. I once they're all dry, then I take my gator sander and sand around the edges just to give a little bit of exposed wood, just to give it that slatted board look that I like for my little popsicles. And you may have seen me do this in an Americana theme. I'll insert a picture here. Also, I will include a link to my Americana popsicles that I did in a previous video that was very, very popular, and I do appreciate all of the kind support and sweet comments. Now, to adhere the popsicle stick at the bottom, the cardboard, I just took my little serrated knife and just did a slit in between the cardboard, and then just stuck a piece of the popsicle stick in the cardboard and just glued that down. I like a little bit of distressing around my project, so I'm just using my Kiehl's dark wax and my finger, just spreading it out around just to give it a little bit of darkness around, just to distress that a bit. I added some popsicles for the edges of those, and then I do the same thing with my other little painted lemon popsicles. Now I give them some paint splatters because I do love the paint splatter look. I did some dark chocolate brown as well as just some white on each of the popsicles. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of ribbon to the popsicle sticks, nothing too overbearing. I like to use these table runners from the wedding section at Hobby Lobby. I just get the ivory one and distress it, give it a little bit of darkness with or like a tea stain or coffee stain look, just using my vintage photo distress ink, and I just give it a little bit of color of that. I cut it apart and then just put it in a little plastic baggie and pull it out on just for projects when I like to use them. And so I also am ripping some of that lemon fabric just to add a little bit of that to each of the popsicles as well. Now, what can you do with these? I like to use them as little bowl fillers or just little shelf sitters, just a little bit of hint of color for the summer season. And again, I had done some in the Americana colors as well, and so popsicles are very, very popular again this year. And so just by changing up the colors or the decor theme, you can make your own popsicles to match your decor style. And I absolutely love the way that these turned out, and I hope that you do too. Project number 3 are my ice cream cones using the splash balls. That was part of the twist item for our mystery box for this month. Now, to kind of camouflage and cover up some of those vibrant colors, I'm just using Boss Bond by Dixie Belle. I just gave it a coat of that and it really soaked in well, but I'm going to be covering it up anyway, so I just gave it a coat. Now I'm also using the paper plates that was in my box for this mystery box challenge, and I'm going to be using those to cover my cones. Now I'm just using these styrofoam cones that I had on hand and just covering those up. Now I'm just going to glue those around the cones just to kind of add as the like paper that we get sometimes when we get ice cream cones, just for sanitary purposes and that kind of thing. So I just cut those plates down to size just to wrap around my cone. For the ice cream swirl, I'm just using some white nautical rope that I had on hand and just glued that around each of the balls. Now, to attach the balls to the styrofoam cones, I'm just using some skewers that I had on hand. Just poke those in the bottom and then just poke those into the styrofoam cone, and that worked really, really well. Now, I'm going to be painting each of these up, and I painted a pink one one for the strawberry. I painted one chocolate or brown for the chocolate, and then I have a white vanilla one. And I think these just turned out so stinking cute. And to kick it up a notch, I'm just adding a little bit of coordinating glitter, just using my adhesive spray, and then just adding some glitter to the tops of the little ice creams. Then what I did is I just made a kind of ribbon, just ribbon trim fabric, just a little bow for each one of the little ice creams. And I think that they just turned out adorable. Now I can use these as little dough bowl fillers, shelf sitters, or just different things like that. Or I can use them as wreath attachments for my wreaths or different decor that I want to do this season. And so I think the ice cream cup, I'm going to give it to my grandson, and we're going to enjoy some ice cream and a cold drink on a sweet summer afternoon. For project number 4, I'm painting up the beach house. So now this is the vacation part of the mystery box. I'm just painting it up in some fun, bright colors for the summer season, just using some Dixie Belle paint and just painting it up so cute and whimsical. Now, each little vacation beach house has a fun little name or saying on them. And so what I did, I'm making just a little sign. I'm using my essential stencils, just a little 1-inch word stencils. Now, this is part of the beach and coastal set from Essential Stencil. And I am just using beach and shore for my little sign for my beach house. Now, I just did this on a giant craft stick. I just used my antique wax just to give it a little bit of color, and I just cut those down so that it was a little wonky and a little bit not perfect. I'm using my vintage photo distressing just to give it a little bit of brown around the edges, and I absolutely love the way that this turned out. And of course, it's perfect for the summer vacation season. Project number 5 is my beach shell decor subway art using the shell from the mystery box. And what I'm going to be doing is making like a subway art, just using some different little 1-inch words from Essential Stencil. Now, to start my little project here, I'm just using a board that I had on hand. I got it on clearance at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to be doing the Mod Podge heat transfer method just by adding some Mod Podge, and then let that dry. Cut my paper down to size and just use my Cricut mini heat press just to attach that on there. Now, I cut out one of the suns from that table runner that I had just to add that to my beach decor subway art here. And then for the sand, I'm just using some corrugated cardboard. Now, I've had this on hand for many years and just use it. I have not seen this at Hobby Lobby for many years, but I'm glad that I have it on hand to use for just little projects. So I just ripped that down just to give it a jagged edge, and then also cut it down to size. Now, for my subway art, I'm just adding some antique wax just to some craft sticks. And then, like I said, the 1-inch words are from Essential Stencil, and this is the Beach and Coastal 1-inch words. It just has all kind of just different beachy sayings, just in a couple of different fonts. So I just picked out ones that I thought would look well together, and then just stenciled those on to the little sticks. I cut those down to size. Some of them I cut a little jagged just to make it a little bit more, have a little bit more fun and a little bit more interest. So to add a little bit of greenery and a little bit more embellishment, I am adding some of these like wispy looking branches that I thought would be perfect for my little beach decor here. Now I got those off of a garland that I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby. Absolutely love shopping the clearance section at Hobby Lobby. And then the little greenery with the little white flowers, I think I got those from Dollar Tree, and I thought that they would be perfect for these this beach subway art, because they kind of look like seaweed and they kind of look like very wispy, or something that you might see on a beach somewhere. Project 6 is baseball. So for my baseball, I decided to pull out my acrylic paint markers and write number 1 fan, just write out with my little hand lettering with my little happy dots, and I just have it for display, and it goes great with my sign that I also created, just painted up and used my Cricut for the lettering. If we are not home, we're at the ball field, ... And so that is going to look great on a wreath that I'm going to do for the gift shop that I designed for. So really quick, this is how I created the sign. I have this home plate little wood piece that I got. I think I've had it in my stash, and I think it came from Craft Outlet a few years ago. And so I just painted it up white, and then just did some gray shading around the edges. Then I went to Cricut Design Space and I pulled in a home plate just image from Cricut Design Space, then also the red stitching, and designed that just to cut it out in red permanent vinyl. Now for the wording, I just designed my own text. If we're not home, we're at the ball field. This is something that we see quite regularly on baseball signs, and I think that it's great for baseball families. And so just using my Cricut just to design this really just helps me out with creating just different signs like this. And I think it looks great and pairs well with my number 1 fan, baseball, from this mystery box. And friends, just a quick reminder that the playlist link for the Mystery Box Challenge will be at the end of the video, as well as a link in the description box. Now guys, I have a bonus project to share with you today that is using more of the items in the mystery box. I'm going to call it my little trash to treasure project that I'm doing, and I'm also using several of the things that were in the mystery box. So I can't wait to show and share that project with you. So let's go ahead and get into this last project for this mystery box challenge. So I'm taking a recycled vegetable can. I'm also taking those popsicle sticks that were in my mystery box. And what I did is I cut off one of the edges so that they would be flat. And then I gave them a coat of antique wax just to give it a little bit of color for my sticks. Then I'm going to adhere those, or actually glue those to the tin can. And now I just painted it with burlap chalk paint. And then I'm just going to glue those all the way around this can. I have no idea what kind of can this was, but I used 16 of these small little craft sticks. So for my fabric sunflower, for the center, I'm going to use one of the blue plaid plates that was in my mystery box. I just cut that out. Now the center, or what I'm going to be using for my flower, is actually a recycled item as well. This is just from a spool, just from trim, little lace trims. And so I'm like, it'll be really cute. I can make a little flower out of that. And so what I'm doing here is taking some of that leftover lemon fabric that I had, and I cut it in about maybe 1-inch strips, and then I just knotted it in the middle. And then what I'm going to do is just glue those to the spool. Now I had some yellow striped fabric that I'm just going to alternate the yellow and then the lemon and then the yellow stripe, just going all the way around. I don't know how many actual little bundles that I have on there, but that's exactly what I did. And so I just glued the blue and white little center of the little flower there and just added some of my little squiggles with my little paint brush that I like to do. And then I pulled out one of these barbecue skewers that I had in my stash, and then I just added that stick there underneath there just so that I had something for my floral or my little flower to stick to. Then to decorate my can, I'm just putting some rocks in there. Now what I do is I just glue those just with the Lean's tacky glue, and then I just added some styrofoam, and then just to cover up that styrofoam, I have some brown Excelsior and just added some of that. I thought it was a great touch for my little fabric sunflower here. And then once I stick that in there, then I'm just going to make a kind of like a messy bow just with strips of fabric, some of that gauze ribbon that I like to use from Hobby Lobby from the wedding section. I added a sweet little Be the Sunshine tag from a sweet friend, and just adding some brown curling wire just for some little curly cues to my little bow. I also added some of these sisal grass that I love for my whimsical little projects, and I just absolutely love how this sweet little trash to treasure project turned out using more items from my mystery box.